Recording. All right. Today we have Wendy with us here, an incredible practice member at Harmony Center. I'm Dr. Gianna.
I'm Dr. Kevin.
And we're so thrilled to talk with Wendy today. Wendy has had NetworkSpinal care consistently with us for almost 5 months, not yet even 5 months. And just in that short amount of time has experienced awesome radical transformation and just like continues to blossom. So we're excited to just hear from Wendy today about her experience and hopefully inspire other people as well with her story. So paint the picture for us. Like, what was life like for you when you were coming to us? What were you seeking? What was it that you were searching for?
I've been on a pretty dedicated spiritual path for about the last 10 years, and a teacher that I'm working with recommended spinal network as a way to help release conditioning and old patterns that no longer serve me. And I found you guys, and I came to your free intro class, and I loved you guys. I loved the energy of the space at Harmony, and it really felt like the right fit. My life was really great before I started. I have just found a place of a lot of equanimity, but there's always the desire for more freedom, more joy, more peace. Mm-hmm. And the radical transformation that feels like it comes from the work that you guys are doing with me is manyfold. On the physical plane, this is something that I was so excited about and had no expectation that this would happen, is I had a really forward neck position from work and conditioning, and that has transformed to having almost normal posture. And I never expected that. That's one of the things about it. There's all these consequences of the NetworkSpinal that I didn't expect, and they've been like, wow. So my main reason for coming was really spiritual growth, but there have been so many areas where my life has improved. The physical, the neck. I wake up in the morning with not a lot of aches and pains, and I'm at 65, and I've had a physical, difficult job. I was a chef, so that's sort of miraculous. I wake up and it's like everything feels good. I feel a lot more energy in general, just to be able to do what I want to do, but also to do things that I wouldn't normally think of doing. And both my mother and my sister now come to network because I have raved about it. And one of the things that we all notice is that it feels like the system is open to more possibility. We've all done things in the last couple of months just out of the blue that we wouldn't have done. And it feels like there's just this sense of possibility, unconscious possibility. So we've been my sister went to a yoga class for the first time in 5 years. My mother at 95 signed up to go to a local pool to go do walking. I decided to take up running again after like 50 years. Like, these are the ways we know the system is going, oh, there's more energy. There's more, available to be able to do things that just pop up and go, oh, yeah, yes, I can do that. I'm taking a trip this weekend to Denver for a spiritual conference. I don't think I would have done it on my own before, but it was like, yeah, I can do that. So life just feels like it's full of potential, full of possibility in a way that it wasn't before.
Ooh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
I'm really inspired.
Yeah, really exciting.
Yeah. And you said it so well. When there's more energy available, your system will seek novelty. It will seek newness. And then that creates more like a more meaningful, fulfilling existence. Yeah. And I love, like, culturally, there's so much conditioning around age. And when we get to a certain age, that our possibilities for life and liveliness decrease. And you and then the family that you're speaking to, it's just like radically like dispelling that myth of that there is any limitation or that there needs to be as immense of a limitation that society says when we age. It's like with enough energy, with enough coherence in the nervous system, there's vitality and you can still be super active and enlivened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love that. Yeah. And I just want to continue on that note is such a total myth around getting old means this or equals this in your body. You hear it all the time. It's so common. You can't go anywhere really without someone who's had a sense of their body function decreasing and being like, well, that's just kind of how it goes, or some version of that. But really what we understand about the nervous system is life experiences just kind of stack up in the body, and stuff gets bound in the system. That energy that we're talking about gets bound in the body. And I think that's so much of what we associate growing old with, is that stacking up of experiences that haven't been fully integrated, and the binding of that energy in the body, which then limits the potential, limits the possibilities we're talking about. So I feel so touched, both hearing your experience, knowing your mom's experience, your sister's experience, from like the liberation that's possible. I just like, there's something in me that just, it touches a really deep spot in my heart, which is, just as a human being, because we all share this thread of humanity together. It's just amazing when anyone experiences that liberation. So I'm just deeply moved over here.
And, I'm 65, my sister's 70, and my mother's 95. And when I see them now, since they've been doing the spinal, it's like they glow with health and vitality. And we've all changed dramatically in an incredibly short period of time.
Mm.
I mean, 5 months, 2 months, or 3 months, 1 month, and big changes in a really small amount of time.
I'm so curious how you would describe, like, because you shared, you're coming for the more, but you've already had a lot of spiritual growth and dedicated to practices in your life. Like, what was it about NetworkSpinal that was something that unlocked maybe like a different ingredient, right? Because you've had a lot going in your life already. So what was it? What do you think was sort of a key difference that catapulted the changes that you're speaking to?
It feels like there's just more openness to all possibility. And what has gone from intellectual understanding of particular spiritual knowings are starting to be embodied. They're starting to be lived. Just a tremendous amount of gratitude of everything. And that it just feels like it's helping the practices come alive. Go from the intellectual mind knowing to the embodiment of what it means to be alive in a much bigger, broader, richer way.
Awesome. Beautiful. How would you describe or explain what NetworkSpinal care is to someone who's curious or thinking about doing it?
It is seemingly very simple and very subtle. The work that Kevin and Gianna do happens in a short amount of time, 30-minute sessions usually, or an hour. And it doesn't seem like much is happening. Light, gentle touch. And yet it opens up all this blocked emotional energy that has been stored for a long time, somehow allows it to come out. I cry a lot, sometimes yell or scream. And then it feels like it allows the energy that was blocked up to now be available to live. And one of the things I also love about the way you have created the space at Harmony is interacting with other people who are there. Even if it's not a lot, everybody is just open and caring and compassionate about one another. And it's like when you're in the room with other people, what they're experiencing on some visceral level, I'm experiencing. And it feels like it gives permission for me to do whatever I need to do. Scream or shout or cry. It's like everything is accepted, which is a beautiful experience.
Thank you. Is there anything else you want to share about, well, actually, I'd love to hear, like, what is What does all of this mean for you in your life? Not even just for you, but those that impacts, like what's like the bigger ripple impact that you can perceive of this
Well, my relationships are getting better and better. My husband just can't believe how understanding I am of
Wow.
him. When we argue or fight, it's like it's gone in minutes instead of lingering for hours or days. There's an ability to just be compassionate to him or to others, knowing that everybody is doing the very best they can. And that doesn't mean we don't be, that we're not unkind to one another or impatient, but it's like there's this much more space for the differences that we all have, knowing on some fundamental level that we're really all the same. And one of the things that I wanted to share is that I would say that NetworkSpinal, in particularly working with Kevin and Gianna, if you can, is just for anybody who wants more in their life, whatever that means to the individual. That's what it seems like. It just allows us to live a richer, more peaceful, loving, compassionate life in whatever way we want that to look like. It seems like it just makes the potentiality that we all have blossom.
Wow. Thank you so much. I feel so touched. That's deeply what our intention is, and the intention of NetworkSpinal as a whole. So I'm so grateful that that's being felt and translated and happening in the world. Thank you.
And my mother, my sister, and I always use the word on a regular basis that it is miraculous. That's the word that comes up. It's a miracle. It doesn't seem possible, but it is.
Yeah, I definitely feel there's grace in this particular technology of NetworkSpinal, and that is becoming available to us at this time because that more is desperately needed for each of us and for all of us in our culture right now. There's such a need for us to access more capacity, more ability to respond to life with, different perspective and willingness to really be present in whatever comes up. So, and I'm also deeply appreciative of this work and the opportunity to receive it as well as to share it with you and just with everyone that we feel blessed to share it with.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
Was there anything else you wanted to share that we didn't get to?
I don't think so. I think, that's about it.
Thank you so much.
Much, Wendy.